welcome back to Bally Spring, my epic journey, and like I said, want to welcome you back to the farm. It's episode 4, and there's been a few changes. For one, last time I was here, there was a building here. So we sold that. We sold a little bit of scrap around the building. We actually got $17,000 for that, which was freaking awesome. There was another building here that we sold, and we didn't get much for that. But I think they were like $7,000 is what they were giving for the buildings. And then over there by the baler, there was an old harvester that was there. And that was also scrap that I sold, and I got $17,000 for that. So if you're playing on Bally Spring and you didn't know, you can get money for selling this scrap around the farm. But yeah, so that's one of the updates. Also too, I bought this racking system. And basically, you just offload your pallets right here, and it loads them up there for you. And then you can load them down by using this interface right here, which is pretty cool. And you can just drop the pallet down on the ground, which is what we did here with our herbicide. And herbicide, because we got to spray fields for weeds. So that's a thing. That's going to be one of our first jobs that we do here today, which it's October now. It is October now. But let's talk about the plans for this field area here. Also, this episode, I want to get 2 greenhouses, at least 2 greenhouses. And this field area will no longer be a grass field that we use for like bales and stuff. We're going to do a couple greenhouses and then potentially a sheep pen at some point. I'm not sure when we'll get to the sheep pen, but in this episode, I at least want to get the greenhouses going. That'll be something for us to do during the winter. But yeah, so let's hop into the little 5M that we bought last episode. Speaking of buying this last episode, I think I'm going to sell that old Massey right there. Which one is this? 5610 or something? 3670. Anyway, I think I'm going to sell that Massey because I don't want to have a 4-tractor farm. Not yet, at least. But I think I'm going to sell that and maybe look into getting some type of loader, whether it be a telehandler or a skid steer, small wheel loader, something to that effect. So we'll look into that. The cows are doing great. Cows are doing great. We did make a pretty decent amount of money in September. So, like I said, we did sell some things around the farm. So that was one way that I was able to make a little bit of money in September. But also, I did do a potato harvest. I did a potato harvest for a farmer, got paid for that, and also sold the remaining potatoes. So made a good chunk of change, probably close to 20 grand off of that. And what else did we do to make some money? We didn't sell silage, but I definitely did get some silage bales off of that field, the first field that we cut at the beginning of the series. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh, the extractor that I used to wrap the bales, I sold that. I sold that mostly because that did give me some issues whenever I was wrapping the bales. I'm gonna pause that story while I look at my stuff here. I think we just need to, we don't need to lower it. I think we just need to turn it on. Alt B, let's turn the crop sensor on. Yeah, let's do that. It should only really use a bunch of spray whenever there's weeds detected. But anyway, what was I gonna say? What was I talking about? I was talking about lost my train of thought. Oh, the extractor, the bale wrapper that we're using. So I do really like that thing, but unfortunately, it did give me some issues when I was wrapping the bales. So I sold that, and there was a used bale wrapper that goes on the front loader or on like a 3-point hitch. So I found that on sale and grabbed that. Made a little bit of money. Well, I say I made money. I lost money because I bought the X-Tractor full price, but I think I sold the X-Tractor for like $22,000, and then I bought that bale wrapper for like $9 grand or $7 grand or something like that. So got some money off of that. That's pretty much the money and kind of where we are. I still haven't sold the wheat, and I haven't sold any bales. All of the bales that I made are going to be used for food for now. So there were 17 bales just on the other side of that hedgerow to my left, silage bales. I put all of those into the paddock back at the main farm. So those all went to cow food. Oh, wow, that was a weird glitch right there. But anyway, all those went to food for the paddock for the cows when we moved those cows back in there for the winter. And then I had some of the bigger hay bales. I also moved those into the paddock for food. So I think we're like 130,000 liters in the paddock at the farm. So basically just building up the food there for the winter. And you know, right now the cows are all out at the pasture and they're eating the grass from the pasture. So once winter rolls around and that grass situation at the pasture kind of gets low, we'll move the cows in to the paddock for winter. You know, I don't want them out in the winter weather, but also we'll use the paddock mostly for the winter time, and we'll feed them there, and then the pasture, we'll move them back out to the pasture in the spring whenever all the grass starts to grow again, and you know, they can free roam. So that's kind of the plan for the cows at the moment. And yeah, they're doing great. Also, I did find a few of the collectibles around the map. So I did find probably 5 or 6 collectibles around the map. So, you know, that's a few $1,000s in itself. That is one field sprayed for weeds. Hopefully they don't come back. I guess we'll see if they do. And let's get on to this other field here. Let me go ahead and go open the gate. Alright, gate's open. And we don't need narrow tires because the crop is still in the early growth stages. So we're good to go. Of course, because you didn't see me destroy any crops on that last field. But we do have crop destruction on, so we do have that on. This field actually looks like it doesn't have nearly as many weeds. So it shouldn't take long. Well, I say it shouldn't take long. It's going to take the same amount of time, but it shouldn't take a lot of spray is what I meant to say. It shouldn't take a lot. I will say this Hardy sprayer is pretty nice. And for its size, it actually has a lot of length on it too. So I like it. And this is our lowest horsepower tractor, so we're able to use the sprayer with only 94 horsepower, which is pretty awesome. Over there is old Doggo. I don't have a name for the dog, guys. So I need help from you in the comments. What should I name the farm dog? So let me know in the comments what I should name farm dog. And yeah, if you're enjoying the video or enjoying this series, definitely subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. And you can continue to catch the series as we go along and see our progress. But yeah, I'm going to get this field sprayed, and then we're going to talk about putting down some greenhouses. Alright, well, it is kind of hard to see where there are weeds, so just going to check the map. I was looking at this earlier before I started spraying, which we missed a few little tiny places around the field here in 65. That's okay. But we missed a big spot here on 61. So let's go ahead and turn on our sprayer. Actually, I think I see it right up ahead. Yep, I can see it right out there. Some little green weeds. So we'll spray those. Actually, turn the sprayer off. I'm wasting herbicide here. Alright, that should get it. Should all be dead now. I do like watching the weeds die. I like watching them turn brown under the sprayer. It's kind of neat. Alright, let's go back to the farmyard. And we're gonna load up, unload this fertilizer. I did get some liquid fertilizer as well. I think I'm going to use liquid fertilizer instead of granular for now. So of course we spread slurry, but I believe it's field 65. Field 65 needs the nitrogen to match. It needs a nitrogen bump so that the barley will have everything that it needs to grow. I need to do more first-person driving, huh? All these trees getting in my way. Let's see here. We need to put the sprayer up. You know what? I actually need forks. I don't even have forks yet, so I don't know how that's happened. Get this knocked out. Alright, sprayer's up. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look at what is available for purchase. So nothing for sale. Good. What can we get a good skid steer? I'm thinking, honestly though, we probably don't need a skid steer. As much as I would love a skid steer, we can get the crawler track. 45,000 for the crawler Bobcat. That would be cool. I would really like a skid steer for unloading pallets and stuff like that around the farm, but the thing is, do we really need it? Or should I get a telehandler, which would be much, I think this would be a smarter purchase because it's more versatile. Let's see what kind of modded ones we got. The Merlot, this thing is great, but it's 90 grand. 86,000 for the Massey. It's a nice, definitely a nice telehandler. Ah, man. You know what? I think for now we're gonna just buy some forks for the front loader. Go with that. So I'm going to head down to the store, get some forks for the front loader, and we'll come back with that. I'm not going to spend the money on that yet. I can't spend the money on a skid steer or something. Not yet. Well, too bad I brought this weight that I didn't need because I could get my bale wrapper that I bought. And I have no idea how to say this name brand. Go Wild. I'm sure I'm jacking that up. I'll figure it out. I'll do some research. But yeah, this is the bale wrapper that I did get. But again, can't carry it back to the farm right now, even though it does go on a 3-point link because I brought the weight. But that's okay. So we're going to grab our forks. Spend $1 grand on these bad boys. We're going to grab our forks. We got in and out, up and down. They're free, so that way when we drop them on the ground, they will stay flat, which is nice. But yeah, we got some nice forks now. We should be able to unload pallets using the tractor Not ideal to use a front loader to manage pallets and stuff like that. It's definitely a lot easier with a telehandler or skid steer, but I was so close to hitting that lady. But no, for real though, it is a lot easier with the skid steer or telehandler, or you know, even a freaking forklift or something, right? But for now, I'm gonna hold off on that purchase. I think I want to get telehandler later. I'll definitely need it whenever I get the whole crop silage in the bunker, because I'm gonna need it for silage work. And I'm definitely going to go with a telehandler, and I decided that because telehandlers actually have bigger buckets, so you can pick up more stuff, right? So you can pick up more silage or whatever you need to pick up with the bucket. And when you're loading silage and all this other stuff, it's just a lot easier to do if you have a massive bucket. So it's either going to be a telehandler or a small wheel loader. One of those two is what we'll go with. I'm not going to spend 50, 60 grand on a skid steer, at least not at the moment. But yeah, we got our forks, we got our plan for future forks and all that. But now we're going to go get these pallets unloaded. I'm going to show you guys how this brand new mod works, where you can load the pallets on the shelf. It's pretty cool, it's pretty neat. And then we're gonna get some greenhouses. Told you guys we're gonna get greenhouses. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it in this episode. Hopefully it doesn't cost a lot of money, but we'll see. Alright, so let's get turned around here. Alright, I'm all turned around. I could take those straps off. So straps are off, I'll be able to pick those up, and I don't know what is wrong with this trailer, but it's like there's a dent in the bed. But the first thing we'll need to do is move that one. And honestly, we don't really even have to pick it up to do it. You can actually just push it. And I'm gonna push it because even if this was real life, I'd probably push it instead of mess with getting the forks under it. I know there's not a lot in there. It's not too heavy to push, that's for sure. Push it just beyond that threshold and poof. There we go. Pretty cool. Pretty cool little mod. I believe that one shelf holds 14 items. So you can have up to 14 palleted items on there, which is pretty cool. We're going to spread these forks out. We're going to try to grab both. I should probably do this in third person. So let me swing this around. We'll use the pool camera. Get the CSZ pack. So some people hate this camera. I actually saw a mod in the mod hub that was like remove tool camera. I was like, why would you want to remove this cool tool camera that actually allows you to see what you're doing? I didn't quite understand the thought process behind that, but maybe people just hate flipping through cameras. I don't know. But yeah, grabbing two at one time is definitely making it a lot easier. Then all we got to do is put it just beyond this little loading platform. There we go. Shoot, we didn't even have to put it on the ground. And now we have 2 liquid fertilizer tanks as well, so that's pretty cool. And now I can cut off these annoying interactive zone markers. Now that I don't need to see. If I can find out where to turn it off. There we go. I actually don't really need to see those. I just wanted to show it to you guys. But yeah, so there's that, and I'm gonna go ahead and just take these forks and put them back. I could drive around in this camera mode forever, huh? I like that. I'll put them behind big bag lifter, because honestly I'll probably use them before I use the big bag lifter. And we'll cut that bad boy off. So that's that. Got the liquid fertilizer unloaded. Let's get some greenhouses. We're going to go into, well, first we're going to save, and I'm going to go into construction mode, and we'll get these greenhouses placed. Alright, so we are in construction mode, and my best advice for anybody who's playing Farm Sim, always save your game before you go into construction mode. Now, it does look like there's a slight hill right here, which is okay, but we need to take that into consideration. It's probably going to cost us a little bit more. It's just a very slight hill. But we should be okay. So let's go ahead and go down to production and greenhouses. Now, I'm probably going to be looking at some modded ones. Ooh, there's the foil. That only takes water. I honestly want a greenhouse that takes manure because I want to have a reason to use the manure that we're going to be getting from the cows. So far none of those do. Oh, this is kind of cool. It's like a vineyard one. Okay. I think these do, yeah. Watermelons. Yes, this takes manure. Okay, so we could do watermelons. What is this? A regular melons. We got lettuce, red lettuce, tomatoes, strawberries. Alright, tomatoes and strawberries are like the normal in-game stuff. These only take water as well. Alright, so let's just go with... Let's go with watermelons. We'll do watermelons and red lettuce. I'm going to get everything squared up here, and this is how I square up buildings. So I just place it up against the back of another building and make sure all the sides, everything touches at one time. It's kind of square. Should be good. Now let's check it from this side over here. Oh, I was going to. Probably a bad idea. That looks good. Close enough, right? So let's throw up our menu here, and we want to hit V to toggle free mode on so that it doesn't freak out on us. Let's say that it's too close. And I think we'll just place it right here. Actually, you know what? Maybe a little bit closer. Be good. Let's go take a look at that before we move on. I enjoy placing stuff in the game, but then it really makes me nervous too. Alright, so this looks good. We got manure here, and then we'll water here, and I'm guessing it's going to drop our pallets on this side, or we can set it up so that it automatically sells them. Either way, there's that, and we will do lettuce as well. So let's throw another one down. I'm gonna go ahead and save it again. Back into construction mode. Production. Greenhouses. Should we do regular lettuce or red lettuce? Let's do red lettuce. It's something different, you know? Alright, so I think I'm going to alternate them. So we'll spin it around like this. And we're going to match it up with this one. So let's just get it side by side. That looks great. So it looks like it's square. We definitely want to be able to drive in between them. Turn the camera a little bit. We definitely want to be able to drive in between them. We'll turn free mode on. It looks like that'll be enough room. Let's see. I want to give us enough room to get something wide through there if we had to. That should be good. Right there. Hopefully that looks okay. So 2 greenhouses. We got watermelons and red lettuce. I like it. I like it. We could even do smaller ones right there, huh? On that side and just add water to them. Hey, look. Let me see how much those were. Let me see how much those were. Productions, greenhouses. The smaller ones weren't that much. See, look. And you just add water to these. Could do a couple of these. Actually, you know what? Let's look and see what sheep pen. I think we're going to end up getting like a fenceless husbandry. Yeah. So what we'll probably do is throw a sheep pen in like this, and do fenceless since we already have a fence here. I mean, hell, this is only $9,000. We could just go ahead and do it. Let's just go ahead and do it. Screw it. Let's do it. All right, let me line it up. You guys, if you could avoid telling people I said that, that'd be great. You know what? Let's line it up with this fence if we can. All right. I mean, that looks pretty good, guys. I think that looks pretty good. So let's spin her back around. All right, we're gonna put it right here. Do right here. Oh, we gotta hit V. Bro. We're spending all kinds of money. We're spending all kinds of money. We're not doing chickens right now. I want to, but we're not going to. What was the other thing? We said greenhouses. What about orchards? Maybe that's something we can do later. We're gonna get some small ones. Come on. What are we gonna do? Small greenhouse made of windows. Yeah, we're gonna hold off on that. I think that's enough. I think that's enough. So we got watermelons, red lettuce, and sheep, which may end up being goats. I may actually do goats. Let me turn my interactive markers on real quick, because I want to turn this grid off. And let's see, I'm pretty sure I can get, yep, I can get goats and lambs and rams. So that's cool. We're not going to get them yet. And this is where it will spawn the, we'll probably just get sheep. We'll probably just get sheep, but we're not going to get them yet. I'm going to hold off on that. We do need to get a water trailer. 100% need a water trailer. So let me look and see what that looks like in the shop. And yeah, we'll start getting these greenhouses full of water and full of manure. Well, it looks like we're going to go with this water trailer because this is the cheapest one. It's only 6,000 liters, but it's $8,000. It's the cheapest one I have. I really did want to get the chrome, but I didn't realize that cost so much money. We're just going to go with gray for the rims. Go ahead and buy that and go down to the store and pick it up. Pull them back into the farm here. And I was able to get the bale wrapper too because, of course, it goes on the front. It can go on the three-point link, but it can go on the front loader. So I got the water trailer and the bale wrapper. Now, this bale wrapper is very, very heavy. And I'll definitely need my big weight on the back if I use it on the front of this tractor. Because I tipped my tractor over just picking it up. So I'm going to go ahead and stash this thing away real quick. Honestly, probably just right here for the moment. I need to just put it down so I can Let's see here, right there. Yep. And we need to move the Massey Ferguson. Move this guy down here for the moment. It would be ideal to have one set up with the water tank and one grabbing manure, but we're going to go ahead and get our first greenhouse going. Let's see, does this water cost money? No, it does not. That is good. Let me go. Stuck. I'm too close to the building. I'm going to go out here and I guess I don't really need to close this gate anymore. Not until we get goats. I'm going to go inside, set this thing up to automatically sell. So we got watermelon, and we are going to cycles per month, 1,440. So that seems like a lot. I think that's a lot. Activate it. Running. It doesn't say where it goes, though. I thought there was a way we could set it up to say. I don't mess with production change very much, but we'll get this figured out. Let's go ahead and fill it up with water, or at least put what we got in there and see where that gets us. We're doing a little bit of experimenting with getting this thing started. Once we get it going, it should be very simple. Right? Unload right here. Yep, we are unloading. So let's look in the production and see. Okay, so it doesn't take a ton of water. Yeah, maybe 2 loads, so that's cool. And I'm actually glad I didn't put more greenhouses out here, because now we have room to turn around. If we end up with pallets, we got room to store them, all that. Maybe even put down a shed. You know, you never know. We'll probably do all the things. We will probably do all of them. Let's go ahead and fill this thing up again. I do really hate having interactive zone markers on, but for now, while I'm trying to get this going, I'm going to leave them on. It's not my normal playstyle. Not my normal playstyle at all. I will cut them on from time to time just to like remember where things are, or understand how to operate things. That's kind of what I'm doing now, just trying to get a feeling for how this works. Let's see how far this load goes. It should stop here soon, I think. Maybe it takes 2 whole... Huh, no, it does not. Okay. So, this one take 3 trips, I think. Alright, so I'm going to get these things filled up with water, and then we'll start on the manure. Okay, so the water in the greenhouses is topped off. So, with that being said, I'm just gonna use the rest right here. Oh, I can drive. I'm gonna use the rest right here on the sheep pen. It'll give me the... I guess it won't let me. That's weird. It should, even if there's no sheep. Whatever. No, I won't. I will take it back and park it. No. I'll just park it inside here for now. It's a big, you know, it's a plastic tanker. It's not like it's gonna get hurt out in the weather. It'll be alright for right now. And I'm going to put a weight on and my bucket so we can start loading some manure. We'll see how far this manure stretches. Let's see, which weight should we go with? We'll go with the big weight just in case. I'm not really sure how this tractor is going to react to that loaded bucket, but I haven't loaded that bucket yet. But I will say this. This tractor is very light. Very light. So you gotta be prepared if you're picking anything up. It's so light that this weight will work on the back, but it absolutely does not work on the front of the tractor. So you gotta be specific to what you're doing. But yeah, this should be good. Got nice manure moving setup. Now, we're gonna back around this corner. See how far one bucket goes. Oh, it's like I have something in this bucket. Oh, we need to see how far it goes for sure because we don't have many buckets in that pile. Which we will when the cows come back for the winter, so we will have more manure before too long. We'll have plenty. We'll probably have too much, to be honest. Yeah, and you can definitely tell that this full bucket is really heavy on this tractor. So I probably would not be able to do it if it wasn't for this weight. Let's see, how far does this go? Uh-oh, it's not showing up, so there we go, there we go. Alright, so that doesn't look like a lot. This could be a problem. So let's see. Probably a couple loads. Probably a couple loads. Say a couple, I really mean like 4 or 5. Let's see what it looks like after 2. I forgot to sell that tractor. I do want to sell that massive. And that looks much better. Visually it does. Let's see what it looks like in here. Okay, that's about half. So it looks like about 4 buckets. Now, hopefully we'll have enough manure for me to fill both of them up. And we'll see how that goes, you know. But I'm going to do that. And I'll let you guys check it out when I'm done. Alright, so before I go and show you guys the progress on the greenhouses, we are going to sell this Massey Ferguson 3670. So I'm going to go to my medium tractors here. Like I said, this is a 170 horsepower tractor with 27 hours, which I'm not really concerned about the hours on it. More or less just wanting to get rid of it because we don't need it anymore. Pretty much everything that the 5S can do, you know, the 5S can do pretty much everything that that tractor can do. It's not quite the amount of horsepower, but we're just going to stay a 3-tractor farm with 2 small tractors and the Deutz, which is 228 horses. And I believe we have room to grow. I don't remember if we have the max horsepower on that. But anyway, we're going to sell this guy right here from the menu. Sell that 56 grand. So we're back up to $159,000. And there's still nothing cool in the used vehicle sale, but that's okay. We do have, like, I don't know how much we're really going to use the Mahindra. We may end up getting rid of that. We may end up switching out balers to a square baler. Depends on if this can wrap square bales. Nope, it can only wrap round. So we're going to stick with the Deutz Fahr baler. There we go. That answers that. We do have 2 mowers. We're going to need to keep a side mower for whole crop silage. But yeah, so I think we're kind of where we need to be on equipment right now, which is good. So I'm kind of settled in. The money's going up and down a little bit, but we're kind of settled in as far as where we need to be with all that. Let's take a look at the progress here. No pallets have spawned yet, and I did realize that they spawn over here on this side, not on the other side. So I probably could have placed them a little bit differently. But I think that this area would be a nice area for a shed. So we'll look into doing that sometime soon, probably. But yeah, let's go in here and take a look at our production. Now, this thing does have 1,440 cycles per month. Right now we have 57 liters, so in the morning we'll have some pallets spawn probably, so go from there. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I appreciate everyone who watched the video, and listen, if you enjoyed it, consider subscribing to my channel and catch all the videos that are in this series and hopefully future series. But anyway, you guys take it easy, be safe, appreciate y'all. Epic Journey out.